siren sounds to get play underway here at Alberton Oval. Good luck. There's the ball up. Powling to do the ruck works. Materi did well early. He won the tap, got it to ground level, picked up by Herring. He got a wild hand pass away with digestion of players. And there'll be a ball up. Nick Graham getting up in the long sleeves this afternoon, feeling the cold. He was on the MCG 12 months ago. And now he's at Alberton Oval. How about that?
Dawson's going with Graham.
Just having a look, who's got the Hooper match up? Deep in the square. Keep an eye on that. There's the ball up. Tapped now by Powling. Blake Crowley tried to match it with the front. Got it towards the commentary side centre wing position. Briart with a wild hand pass towards the boundary line. Kept in play well by Martin. Left hand pass was good. Got it to Constable. Forward 50 entry here for Ballarat early. Tumbling, dirty kick of that. Went along the ground. Opportunity here for Cullen. He couldn't bend below his knees. Ball at ground level. Opportunity for Herring. He's tackled and bailed up. Good pressure early by the Ballarat side. The umpire will come in and blow a whistle on the attacking 50 for Ballarat. They're kicking against a slight breeze in this opening turn.
Lee Stratton has gone to Hooper.
We thought that in the car on the way up, Fridge. Good call. There's the ball up. Tap again, one by Powling. Opportunity here to the agency of Prendergast to get the ball inside 50 for Ballarat. Chance at ground level. Picked up well there by that play there in Constable. Right foot kick to the teeth of goal. Seems straight to the back of Hooper goes the thump. And almost rushes the two from behind. But Anglin's quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Adjacent to the behind post. No scorers yet. Callum, you'll just keep your stopwatch running on your or off the computer there just to let us know how long we've been playing in each quarter this afternoon. No visible time clock as such. There's the throwing ball over the back. Ball goes to ground. Bit of a stacks on the mill. Cullen in there. Opportunity for Angler to clear with that long left foot. Comes to the commentary side of the ground. Powling goes for a hopeful rather than anything else. Tap over to his resting ruckman partner there in Vanderhoogle. He couldn't gather. Ball knocked forward and over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward for Ballarat. They kick it against the slight breeze in this opening term. And Coach Joe Carmody for the Swans will be happy with the early pressure free.
Yeah, no, really good. Noticed with Darley, a lot of fumbling. Cullen, Stem and Hanson.
Tap one by Powling from that boundary throw-in. Opportunity for Garner who couldn't gather. Robson got one high and then another high. But you can only get the one free kick. Advantage paid. I don't know how much of an advantage it was. So Inglis and hand passed to space, got to Herring who ducked his head. The umpire's going to ping him here. Robbing the ball, free kick to Dawson. The former rebel on the commentary side centre wing will concede some ground with a short kick. How many good it was. It found Martin who marked in front of Hanson. Concede some ground, Martin with that kick. Normally good by foot. This one no exception. Found wide inside the defensive 50 for Ballarat on the switch. Short kick further afield goes back to Wine. Good ground coverage there. He marks on the coach's box wing, which is the furthest away from us here in the commentary box. Can't find an option forward. Concedes some ground again. The reliable Martin with ball in hand. Some good touches early. Comes commentary side. Marking on the defensive 50 line is Vanderhoogle. The Devils must be doing well in defence because they're negating any forward movement here from Ballarat at the moment. Here's a kick from Gray. Inboard was good. Effective.
Had a couple of touches, Gray.
Mark's been taken by McPherson. Now McPherson goes along the line, the boundary line. Ordinary kick of that. Angwin matched that poor play with a drop test. Mark threw the ball on the boot. Inglis was left under it. Thumped away there by McPherson. Graham went to ground. Chance of pounding the big fella. Clever hands there was good from Constable. Got it to McPherson. His kick was ordinary along the ground. Excellent gather there by the big fella there in Kennedy. Hand pass over towards Garner, who goes inside 50 for Ballarat. Thumping the ball away from Briart there was Page. Briart's second effort was good, but it was too late over the line for a boundary throw-in. 40 metres around to the Ballarat goal.
They're Ballarat just waiting for their options to protect and sort of stop-start footed window. They're really rusty at the moment.
No scorers in here at Alberton Oval. If you've just joined us, how long have we been playing, Cal?
About 4 minutes.
4 minutes, thank you. Boundary throw-in to take place. Ballarat kicking to the, what we anticipate to be the non-scoring end. And it's living up to all expectation thus far, but Darley who are kicking to the advantage. Yet to score either. There's the ball up. Inside the attacking 50 here for Ballarat. Ball's on the ground. Not a great deal of effort made by that Darley player at ground level. It was Ankrum. But the umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. He'll ball it up. 40 metres out from the Ballarat goal. Spiteri doing the ruck work. Herring with strength. Good use of the body on the ball, but the ball travels nowhere. Another stoppage imminent. The umpire blows the whistle. It'll be a repeat. The ball up. 40 metres out from the Ballarat goal. Ball goes into towards the Collie direction. Here's an opportunity for Robson to lay a tackle. He does on the captain, O'Farrell, who's back into the side after an injury, who missed the Bacchus Marsh game a fortnight ago. Ball up. Scrappy start here at Alverton Oval. Just looking for a bit of class to rise to the top here this afternoon. And there'll be about the 15th ball up in the opening 5 minutes.
Ballarat's pressure around the footy is really, really good at the stoppage. Just really no leniency towards Darley at all.
Plenty of numbers around the footy. Herring's been busy early for the Devils. Ankrum with a hand pass was good. Got it back to Angwin. High left foot kick beyond the centre wing. Then the Hansen direction. His pressure on Vanderhoogle was good. Then Hansen went to ground. Opportunity here for Martin to do the mopping up. Left foot kick doesn't let his side down. Got it to Vanderhoogle. Played on with the left foot kick. Mark taken right in front of us here. True centre wing position by Austin for the Swans. They've had the greater weighted possession, but metres gained. Not a lot to speak of at the moment for the Swans, as McPherson concedes some ground with a kick to Martin, who went further inside their defensive 50 to Wine. He switches play to the coach's box side, looking there forwards Fisher. His left foot kick, it was an excellent gather below the knees there by the left footer there, and we'll call it Dawson got the ball towards half forward. Here's an opportunity for O'Farrell. Gets the ball towards the attacking 50, but it bounces over the line for a boundary throw-in, right in front of the dated scoreboard for one of polite description. 50 metres around from the Ballarat goal. No score to speak of yet. They're playing about 7 minutes in this opening turn. Spiteri won that tap out. There's a congestion of players, as we've said so often in the early stages this afternoon. The free kick here, it's going to go to Kennedy. Good sized player. Been informed this year, very important to their setup. He had the job on Lockie George, as George got the votes when they met Redan. Speaking of which, we will go around the grounds for an update score in that big game.
Early doors so far, but scores are still level at nil apiece.
Yeah. Very
Good lead by Hooper. Taking a mark 35 out.
He kicked 7 goals against East Point. I like to know the last person who bagged 7 against East, let alone a team. This individual has had an illustrious career from a country footy sense. He did play 7 games in the Western Bulldogs. Kick goes on its way. He's got plenty of it.
Yes.
I think he's got it through. Very much better than I and the Ballarat faithful beneath us. And Ballarat open up the scoring here at Alverton Oval. They 1 goal straight 6. They lead Darley yet to score.
You can see what Ballarat are trying to do here. So just waiting for the right opportunity, the right kick, the switch and play. They switched the footy on 3 or 4 occasions. They're just playing some patient footy.
What do you got for us, Calvin, away at the stats so far, my friend?
Yeah, Ballarat have had a lot to play. They've had 6 inside 50s. Darley have had 3, but they're all been defensive entries by Ballarat.
Tap one by Powley, got it to Dawson at ground level. His use by hands was okay. Went looking there towards Ball when he couldn't gather the footy. Ball goes on the ground. Second efforts from all players. Good. The umpire says, I'll have it. He'll pull it up. Attacking side of the true centre position this time for the Devils. Probably a dozen or so Darley players that haven't touched it yet. We've been playing about 9 minutes in this opening term.
What are you on there?
Scrappy affair, the opening goal to Hooper. Excellent kick into the slight breeze from about 45. Kicked his 13th goal of the year. Another ball up. The ball goes to ground. Players in from everywhere. There'll be another ball up. How are we going at the MCG, Cal?
Quarter time, scores are level at 21.
Scores are level all around the state at the moment, except for here, because Ballarat had that opening goal. Here's an opportunity for Nick Graham. I'm tipping he'll be Darley's best player this afternoon, as I'm expecting Cream to rise to the top. His right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Hansen couldn't grab. Bounced not in over the line for a boundary throw in. 55 metres around from the Darley goal. Right in front of the old club rooms here at Alverton Oval. Hansen grabs it out of the ruck, went looking for Ankrum. Ball fell free, opportunity for Collie. Squaring kick was good, but reading it well, and pushing back there was the big fella Vanderhoogle.
He's had a good first 10 minutes.
Now Vanderhoogle Lays on. The ball ends up into the hands of White, who's had a bit of it early in the back half of the ground. That was Sutton who got the ball to White. And then he went over to Vanderhoodle. He went under the left boot. Out wide looking there towards Kennedy. Made some excellent ground late. And a good mark below the knees on the chest. Kicked the ball over there to Ankrum, but only went as far as Leonard. Expecting a big job from Leonard this afternoon. And seen some ground with a hand pass. Got the ball back. Hand passing further afield. Looking there towards Hitchings with his first touch. Good on him. Got it to Hanson. Now here's an opportunity for Angwood. Long left foot kick to the attacking 50 in the Young direction. Takes a nice mark. Outpoints Ford on that occasion. White last week, Young can swing around onto the left boot. Kicks it into the man on the mark. Pretty ordinary start here by the Devils in Alberton Oval. But they're still into attack. Ball goes to the top of the square. Renato, the debutant, can't affect the spoil on Vanderhoodle. He's been good in the defensive half of the Swans so far. Vanderhoodle will go out wide in the clubroom side of the ground, gets the Swans out of trouble beyond the defensive 50, off hands over the line for a boundary throwing.
Yeah, that outside 50, where Young had the footy, just didn't go back enough to him, so enough for him to kick and kick straight into the man on the mark.
Ballarat 6 lead, Darley 0. Darley kicking to the scoring end in this opening term. Zach from apprised the tackle out of that stoppage. Umpire says held to him. There'll be another ball up.
This just suits Ballarat, stopping.
Ballarat 1 goal through the agency of Hooper. The Devils will be able to keep him quiet this afternoon. He's been a major contributor. He's kicked more goals than any other player on the ground this year. Has 13 goals to his name. Darley's best is Hanson on 10. There'll be a ball up. That player I was speaking of, Hanson, contests that ruck field, couldn't win the tap. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll go Darley's way. Baker with his first kick. Left foot square and kick to Page. He's got time to gather on the bounce. Hand pass was good over to Hitchings. Got it inside 50. Neski was at ground level, hoping for the best as a party, trying to run onto it. Ballarat looking for the safety of the boundary line. They're trying to drag the footy over. But the umpire's picked him in the process. It's going to be a free kick to the Devils. And Darley, through the agency of Robson, up against the boundary line. 30 metres out from goal. You wouldn't be backing him in to kick this. Going to take his best effort. Trying to look for a squaring lead from the Devils. Cadman presents, but ignored. So Robson will go back against the boundary line. And have a crack at Darley's first goal of the afternoon. Right foot kicks on its way. Oh, the Devils like it. Can you believe it? He's put it through. Just what Darley needed, a quick response. They level the scores here at Alberton Oval. They're 1 goal straight 6. Ballarat the same. Let's go around the grounds with you, Callum.
Yeah, in the AFL, G at the moment, Collingwood now with a 1-point lead over Freo. And in the BFL, Sunbury with a 1-point lead over Melton. Blackmanbury up by 7 against Melton South, and the scores for Dan and East Point aren't up yet.
I think Sunbury, despite their disappointing effort away from home, they're a different kettle of fish at home. They might be half a chance to get Melton on the fly.
Yeah, they want to be a bit better than what they were last week, Tom.
There's the ball up in the middle of the ground, tap one by Powling. Only went as far as Nick Crane, whose kick was then smothered by Dawson. Here's an opportunity for Baldwin, who threw the ball onto the left boot. Got it towards half forward, going back, taking a juggling mark there was Carrick. He managed to get ball to boot. The mark wasn't paid. Hitchings has got some space. Concedes some ground with a hand pass over to Leonard. Left-hand hand pass was good. Got it to Cullen. Low right foot kick found Page with a hand pass to Angwood. Good sequence of play here by the Devils. Got the ball towards half forward. Young couldn't gather. Took his eyes off it for the second grab. Dawson breaks that Young tackle. Vanderhoodle with a slow hand pass. Looking there towards Ford, who's tackled. Bowed up by Page and pinged. The umpire says holding the ball. And the Devils captain and reigning club champion, Shane Page, plays on with a right foot kick, finds Young too far out to score. He's on half forward, right in front of us here. He's about 70 out from goal. Left foot kick goes in the directions of Granado. At the back, Edwards couldn't gather. Here's an opportunity for Liston, the first gamer. Goes out wide to the half-back position. Running onto it well there was O'Farrell. Take a bounce. The captain takes another and take it to if he likes. He run away from Hitchings. 3 bounces. He's gone for a fair run. He's in. Oh, that's going to be holding the ball. The umpire called play on. Must have been a fly in his eye, the umpire. as Baker clears out the congestion. And going back and reading the play well was Baldwin, who took a mark for Ballarat. Played on. The other new player enlisted, centre wing on the coach's box side of the ground. Scores a level here at Alberton. Six apiece. Kick goes into the Briot direction. Looked a little bit gingerly as he went to ground. He couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Baker. Knocks the ball to the advantage of Page, who's been probably Darley's best so far in the scrappy early stages. But rebounding effort here from Briot. Miracle recovery from injury as he sends the ball inside the attacking 50. Doing the rebounding was Z Stratton. His kick found as a party. Played on with a hand pass over towards Hitchings. Right foot kick's good. Found Catman in the blue boots. He marked on centre. Can come commentary side. He does to Cullen. Batting around in a circle. Could have given a hand pass but ignored it. Went into the looking there towards Edwards. Off hands there from Wine through both of those hands and backs. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 49 metres around from the Darley goal.
Seems to be a bit more intensity in the Darley's game there. They've taken 10 minutes to make themselves up. A little bit more from Edwards.
Boundary throw-in. Cadman does the ruck work. Only got it as far as Dawson. Got it to Wine, and the clearing kick is ordinary, out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick will be brought back into play by Corey Cullen on half forward. Let's quickly go around the grounds with you, Cullen.
Yep, in the AFL at the moment, Collingwood up by a goal against Freo, GWS up by 5 points against the Suns.
Cullen gets the right foot kick towards the attacking 50. He just took a nice mark, kept running, missed the target there with who passed to Nick Graham. Opportunity here for Kennedy with straight Graham, 2 tackles. Got onto the preferred left. Saw Briot all on his own. He read it well, picked it up, and he's skewed it. I tell you what, just for the listeners in back of Smarsha, if you're on that first tee, you'd be hitting another one because he smacked it right and straight into the houses.
You better have something to listen to instead of just watching.
I can pick his
So on half-back, Darren Lennon, the ever reliable, will bring the ball back into play for the Devils. 1 goal apiece here at Alberton Oval. Short right foot kick goes towards Inglis, tucked away by Fisher. The safety of the boundary line, he finds it. It'll be a boundary throw in. How long being played now, Cal?
We are currently at 17 minutes.
Boundary throw in to take place. It was a short throw in and favoured Powling, who just gathered it out of the ruck. Gave the hand pass over to Prendergast and gave it further afield to Kennedy. He's been named as beautiful though, left foot kick. 105 Hooper on the lead. And Hooper will kick from about 40 metres. Kennedy goes off for a spell. They'll need to keep an eye on him. Will the Devils. Ballarat 1 goal straight 6. Their only goal through Hooper. Robson with the Darley goal. 19 minutes played opening term. Shot on goal a minute here for the Swans through Hooper. Chance at his second. Kicks on no mistake. Straight down to the other kick goal, Manuel. And the Swans are in front here at Alberton Oval. They're 2 goals straight 12. They lead Darley 1 goal straight 6.
Just a big question mark with regards to the Darley rucks. They haven't really got a recognised ruck. And Howland just grabbed that ball out of the ruck. He got handball out of him. Just a beautiful kick onto Hooper. That's a big query with Darley at the moment is their rucks. They haven't got anyone really that's recognisable.
Ballarat lead by 6 points here at Alberton Oval. There's the ball up, tap one by Powling. Got it as far as Ankrum. Right foot kick inside the attacking 50 in the Catman direction, but going and reading it better than everyone else was Taylor Sutton. In the long sleeves, squaring kick. Comes commentary side, finds Van der Heuvel. Is there plenty of it? Inside the defensive 50 for the Swans. That kick was terrible. And allows Bacon to run onto it. He's on the attacking 50. To the top of the goal square. Thumped away by the Ballarat defence there in Sutton. Through for a rush behind. Minor score, the first minor score of the afternoon.
There's a lot off there, Todd. Baker didn't capitalise on that. He probably run a little bit further and had a shot on goal himself.
1 goal, 1-7. Darley trail Ballarat. 2 goals straight 12. The 2 goals to Ballarat through Hooper. Robson has the sole goal for the Devils. What else is happening in BFL at the moment, Cal?
East Point out to a 5-point lead against Redan. Lake Wendouree up by 2 goals against Melton
All right.
Yeah, Martin on the excellent kick.
There you go, Jet.
Will play on. Swings onto the left boot. Beautiful exponent of the football. Gets it beyond the defensive 50, but only as far as Page. He's been one of the few minutes for the Devils at this stage. Giving away a free kick in that marking contest. Very unlucky. Even the Ballarat player thought he was lucky there. So he goes short. Looking there towards Prendergast. Combination of handballs from the Swans. Excellent tackle there from Robson. Compton high. Free kick to Ballarat. Pay that one. That's fair enough. 53 metres away from the Darley goal we are here. We've been playing over 20 minutes in this opening term. So refuse to kick for territory here, the Swans. They're just trying to hang on to the footy as they combine with possession. And somehow, Wine's got the ball on the last line of defence. Kicks it back to Martin. Left foot kick over the top. Finds Baldwin on a defensive 50. Tries to draw a man. Good corralling there by Young. So he had to go by foot, did Baldwin. Got to be on centre wing. Chance here for the big fella there in Powling at ground level. He can't gather. Ball close up against the boundary line. Picked up off the ground by Leonard. But he's had the ball knocked out of his hands over the line for a boundary throw-in on true centre wing, coach's box side of the ground. 1 goal, 1-7 Darley, trail Ballarat, 2 goals straight, 12. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Spiteri on that occasion. Now Nick Graham below the knees was good, hand pass, trying to find Page. He was then dispossessed. Opportunity here again for the Swans through Baldwin. He could have held Leonard, who didn't have the footing. The umpire agreed.
Good decision. And
Leonard will have ball in hand. Has Collie short. Hooper was just setting him up there. He was going to let Leonard go to Collie and then effect the spoil. So Leonard decides to go coach's box side of the ground. Ankrum gathers on the bounce before being dispossessed and has the ball knocked through his hands over the line for another boundary throw in. Attacking side and centre wing. Coach's box side of the ground. Ballarat lead by 5 points here at Alberton Oval. This action all brought to you on Apple 98.5 FM. And scoreboard update all thanks to Jared Harrington Accountants in Bacchus Marsh. There's the ball up. Spiteri and Powling excellently sharked by Nick Graham out of that ruck contest. Did well, got the ball to half forward for the Devils with the ball sit for Young. Tries to knock it to the advantage of Azapati, who's then tackled and slung to the ground in a heavy tackle. The ball breaks free again over the line for another boundary throw-in. I think the umpires have had more of it than any player on the ground at this stage. Stoppages and boundary throw-ins mounting up at this opening term. There's the throw-in. Tap one by, well, we'll call that even between Powling and Spiteri. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Nick Graham, who's starting to get a bit of the footy cal.
Yeah, he's moving his way up into the game. Former Carlton player should be able to find plenty of it.
Half forward, coach's box side of the ground. The Devils trail by 5 points, approaching time on in this pretty uneventful opening term, if I must say. Both players had plenty of injuries as Graham goes into towards the Edwards direction, punched away by Wine. Ball goes over the line for another boundary throw in 25 metres around from the Darley goal. Ballarat 12, lead Darley 7, and we've been playing how long in this first term, Cal?
23 minutes.
23 minutes, won't be a long term, just a 3 goals kick for the quarter. Young does the ruck work, only as far as Martin, who tries to barge through. He's held up, ball held to him, and the umpire will pick up another possession, if only a ball up. Ballarat 12, Darley 7. Devils into attack. Young doing the ruck work. So too Martin lending assistance. Opportunity here for Graham, who's trying to break 1, 2, 3 tackles. Pressure good from the Swans. Held to him. There'll be another ball up.
Some of the stoppages just suiting Ballarat right down the ground at the moment.
Opportunity for Ankrum. Ankrum for Darley, who gathered cleanly. He was then tackled, bailed up by a constable. Trying to have a look at the numbers that are in that attacking 50. Total numbers, there'll be in excess of 30, I'd reckon. And there'll be another ball up. Not the best viewing you've ever seen, but hopefully we're trying to create a decent picture there for you at home. Ballarat 12, lead Darley 7. There's the ball up. Young.
We get a commentary.
And it's going to be knocked again over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Going around the ground, one play. We'll get a chance to come on today because everyone has a go at it in this side.
Well, I tell you what, if you're a sponsor, you'd be sponsoring the ball-ups and the boundary throw-ins to get the most coverage here this afternoon. That's the way things are going as Nick Graham sharks the ball out of that contest as a snap-on goal. Go back taking a nice mark on the last line as Vander Hoovel. He's had plenty of it for the Swans in this opening term. The left
Doing their best.
footer gets the ball to the defensive 50. Goes in the direction of Gray. Spiteri dropped what he should have taken. Ball fell into the hands of Pay. Lake, you can see he's in ground, breaks a tackle. And pass over towards Collie. Normally good both sides of the body. Left foot kick went in the Hanson direction. He's been infringed. And the lead up forward. The Devils leading goal kicker in 2019. Hanson will go back and have a shot on goal from about 50.
Just doesn't seem to be any space in the Darley forward line. It's real congestion, players on top of each other. Yeah, they just need to open that forward line a bit more.
Time on in this opening term. Ballarat 12, lead Darley 7. Hanson with ball in hand will have a shot on goal, 45-degree angle. He'll walk away from us here in the commentary box and kick from about 48. Had his troubles in front of goal last week. This one on its way off to the right, kicks it low and through for a minor score. Darley 1 goal, 2-8. They trail Ballarat 2 goals straight, 12. That scoreboard update brought to you by Jared Harrington Accountants. What stats you got for us, Cal?
Darley winning the inside 50 count, only just 13 to 9, but they haven't managed to get any marks inside 50. A stat that they're quite good at. Ballarat had the 2 marks inside 50.
The Swans, they bring the ball back into play. They lead by 4 points. Left foot kick from Martin was special. Found Vanderhoogel. They've combined a lot in this opening term. Short kick inboard. Finds Prendergast and concedes some ground back to Martin in the defensive goal square for the Swans. Keeps the ball low. Excellent kick. Mark's taken there by Fraser. Swings onto the left boot. Goes wide. Opportunity here for Ford. Right foot kick. Keeps it low towards the centre wing position. McPherson takes the mark just inside the boundary line. His kick further afield is effective. Kennedy with ball in hand. The left footer. Sends the ball to the attacking 50. Goes in the direction of Berry. He's got 2 to beat. The numbers prevail off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. 52 metres around from the Ballarat goal. And the Swans, they lead Darley by 4 points.
Yeah, no, must be long left to go in this quarter. Only a couple more minutes. Really can get a goal out of this stoppage, Ballarat.
Favourable tap there from Powling, went only as far as Carrick. He got the ball towards centre wing. Players rattling the footy there, but McPherson one out there for the Swans. He just hand passed it to open space, gathered by Azapati. His hurry kick forward, went just clean bowled Hanson. Opportunity here for Vanderhoogel. Got ball in hand on half back, the left footer. He'll want to get onto that, he does. He goes wide, but he managed to keep it in, he did. And McPherson just take the mark over here, just inside the boundary line. Happy to play it slow are the Swans. Right foot kick. Could have been a push there to the Ballarat player. The umpire called play on. This time he's picked out a free kick. It's going to go the Darley direction. And it looks like Azapati with ball in hand. Chips over. That's a safe kick. And it finds Robson on centre wing. Concedes some ground. Pretty ordinary effort that with that short pass, but it was safe at the end as Leonard made it look better than what it was. He marked safely. About 55 metres out from the Ballarat goal. Leonard's told to play on, and then he's pinged for holding the ball. Chance for Garland to swing onto the left, and Hooper takes the mark in front of Z. Straden, right on the siren of this first quarter. And Hooper will go back and have a chance to kick his 3rd goal. And Darley look all at sea at Overton Oval.
Well, that's one rare mistake that you would see Darren Lennon make. Went to play on, and then balls actually fell out of his hand, and just a mistake that Darren Lennon doesn't make.
Ballarat on top here, sheer weight in possession. Even when Darley go forward, they're just quite happy to take their time getting out of the Devils' defence. But Hooper, right on the quarter-time siren, has a shot on goal. Off to the right, minor score. Their first minor score of the afternoon comes on the quarter-time siren. It's Ballarat who lead at Alberton Oval at quarter-time. They're 2-1-13. They lead Darley 1 goal, 2-8. There you go. All right. Back in the middle of the ground here to get play underway. It's Ballarat who lead by 5 points. There's the baller. Ballarat key to the scoring end, you'd think, in this second term. Chance here for Spiteri, who would have copped the rep from the coach at quarter time, as would most players from the Darley side. They trail by 5 points against the winless Ballarat. Here's an opportunity for the Swans to clear through Prendergast. Gets the ball out wide here. Chance here for O'Farrell. Good mopping up there by Cullen, who got it to Graham. Right foot kick towards Young, who was competitive in that opening term. Managed to get a hand pass over to Azapati. His hurried kick forward, goes into the Hawks direction, and Cadman goes back, takes a nice mark on the chest. Better start here for the Devils. He wastes no time. Kicks a low ball. Needs a favourable bounce and a come off the shin of Hanson and Dip. Rush through for a minus score.
That first 60 seconds has been better than what they've performed for the first 30 minutes of footy. Had a bit of urgency about that better play there, Todd.
Darley 9, trail Ballarat 13. Ball to come back into play through Martin. Keeps the ball low. Penetrating kick. Excellent. Well, almost an excellent mark there by McPherson. Dropped it in the end. Second effort was good. Hurried right foot kick. Travels about 35 metres through side. Looking for the safety of the boundary line and can't find it. Chance here for Nichols to keep it in play. Turnover opportunity here for the Devils through Baker. Baker drives the ball inside the attacking 50. But the extra man back, Peter Hoople, goes back and takes the mark. Left foot kick. Sparing kick at that finds Mitch Martin. Mickey not playing this afternoon. Left foot kick from Martin finds Powling on the defensive 50-metre line. Right foot kick goes in the direction of the captain O'Farrell. He couldn't take the mark. Ball falls free. Here's an opportunity here for Ballarat through the agency of Prendergast. Right hand pass was good. Got it over to Baldwin. And his full measure on the left boot. Gets inside the attacking 50. Good use of the body there by Kennedy on Page. Neither could take the mark and Leonard gathered and just carried the ball over the line for a boundary throw in.
So they've stuck with this Ratton on Hooper again. No real major changes in this quarter.
Darley with the opening score of the second term, albeit a minor score. And rush behind. There's the boundary throw in. Spiteri grabbed it out of the ruck and passed down Angwin. He was bereft of options, decided to give the ball to Baker in the end. He was then put under the pump. Chance here for Baldwin. Conceded some ground with a hand pass. Got the ball to Garner. Excellent smother there by Cullen. The beneficiary was Inglis. He hand passed the ball towards Robson. Gets the Devils out of trouble towards half back. A long way from home. Casey Young gathers. Gets the hand pass to Nick Graham. His hand pass is intercepted there by the ruckman Larry Perrin. Second effort was good from Graham. Hand pass got it to Young to centre wing. Catman nearly took a strong mark in front. Ball went to ground. Baker hurt. Keep an eye on that. Liston left foot kick inside the attacking 50, and the mark's been taken there by Angwood. Left foot kicks a beauties. He switches play to the defensive 50 to carry. Lobs the ball over there to Azapani, who's starting to cover some ground for the Devils. He just fell over in the end. An ordinary bit of football there from the youngster. Allows the Swans through Kennedy to gather. Puts the ball onto the left boot to the attacking 50. Tumbling kick. Bounce too high for Hooper, but that wouldn't be difficult. The 172 centimetre small forward couldn't gather. Offhands over the line for a boundary, throw in 65 metres around from the Ballarat goal.
They were stiff there, Darling, because if as a party doesn't fall over, they get the handball off and go deep inside 50.
Boundary throw in to take place. Coach's box side of the ground. Inside Ballarat's forward half as Page out of the congestion. High right foot kick. But as a party did everything well against Liston, but marked the footy. Chance here for Collie, two youngsters combining. Page at ground level couldn't keep it in over the line for another boundary throw in. Half forward right in front of the Ballarat coach's box. 13 Ballarat lead Darley 9. Opening minutes of this fairly uneventful game here at Alberton Oval. Very slow game. Played on Ballarat's terms at the moment, so to be fair to say. Right foot kick out of the congestion here for the Devils. Goes in the English direction. He couldn't take the mark. The umpires picked out a free kick just before that. And it will go to Inglis. His right foot kick holds up into the breeze just to confirm that Ballarat are kicking to the attacking end. Combining hand pass here through O'Farrell. Gets it towards Kennedy. Experienced Kennedy. Gives the ball back to O'Farrell, the captain, on the non-preferred left foot. Goes looking there for Hooper. Offhands through from Z Stratton for a rush behind for the Swans. And they extend by the margin by a solitary point to 5 points. They're 2-2-14 Ballarat.
No. Just keep the strings of the man.
Well, it's not the first time. I took my eye off the play. Needless to say, I wasn't expecting the ball to come back into play and go straight to the man on the mark. But once again, we've forgotten to play the Benny Hill music over that. 3-2-20 now Ballarat. They just scored 1 goal, 1 behind in about 4 seconds. Darley at 1 goal, 3-9.
Baldwin kicked the goal there. 29 for Darley was Lockie Herring, who actually kicked the ball straight into him. Just comical.
All right, we're back in the middle of the ground. It's the reset. Can the Devils improve on the very ordinary start here at Alberton Oval? Swans are beginning to favourites here, you'd think.
Come on.
Oh, well on their way to causing an upset here on their home turf. Dawson with ball in hand. Defensive side of the centre circle for the Swans. Their tails are up and about. If ever a Swan can have a tail. Right foot kick gets towards half forward. With pace there was Liston. Onto that right boot into attack, reading it well there was Leonard. Saving an A for the Devils as he done so many times before. His short kick still deep in the defensive 50 points. Graham, right foot kick. Measured kick goes out in the direction of the newcomer there in Neski. He gathers, hand pass to Hitchings. Weighs up the option, concedes the ground with a hand pass to Z Stratton. He draws the man, got it back to Hitchings, and the Devils are out of trouble to Colley. He couldn't take the mark. Martin must have given away a free kick he has. And Blake Colley on half back, just in front of the boundary line here. Will go along the line. Goes in the direction of Robson, who presents. Cutting across there, well, would have been Fisher for the Swans. He couldn't gather. Good pressure there from Prendergast. Oh! Cabin got ball to boot. That saved the day in the end. Chance here for Herring. Can he make up for that errant kick in from defence? The hand pass was okay to Graham. He's still under the pump. Second effort from Herring was good. Had Cullen in the middle of the ground but didn't see him. Hit the ball to a 2-on-1. And again, numbers prevail. Free kick to the Swans. And the ball's going to head back in the Ballarat direction. And they'll rebound from the defensive side of centre wing. Commentary side of the ground. The right foot kick gets towards half forward. Ordinary kick at that. He had 3 to beat there, Nichols. And Angwin took an uncontested mark in the end before going to ground. Darley trail by 11 points here. Opening few minutes of this second term. Angwin goes short. Kick has to be good. Finds Graham, who's starting to get a bit of it. Angwin's been okay too for the Devils. This has been no penetration with their disposal at all. As the right foot kick comes commentary side, finds Robson who's presenting. That's what they've got to do, darling. Got to keep presenting, as Page does on that occasion, and takes an uncontested chest mark. Defensive side of centre wing, commentary side of the ground. Right foot kick, takes the game on. Excellent kick at that and found Z Stratton on the switch. Commentary side of the ground. Coach's box side of the ground now, centre wing through Cullen, who breaks the tackle, onto the right boot's good, finds Young, he's too far out to score, 70 metres out from goal, out on the Edwards lead, got it! And he's been paid the mark. Bit of confusion here, the 2 umpires overlapping here, but I think one's a free kick, the other one's a mark. And either way, Edwards will go back. He's a little bit confused there, Jake.
That passage of play there, Todd, there was, 7 blokes from Darley, used the footy well, and lead up forward, and hasn't even got a free kick.
God knows how that ended up in a stoppage, but there's been a ball up on the attacking 50 for Darley. Not the best bit of umpiring you'll ever see, but nonetheless, they're back in control. They're blowing the whistle on. Hill says, I'll have it, and he'll ball it up once again. Ballarat 20, lead Darley 9. How could that possibly have been a ball up? I can understand if it was a jump ball in basketball, but if you call it even on a marketing contest, it's most certainly not a ball up.
We're at the comedy club here. They'll take
The Swans 20, lead Darley 9. A big cheerio going out to the extended family of Gordy Closter, who sadly passed during the week. The Devils legend, #1 ticket holder, sponsor, and volunteer for so many years. Will be sadly missed. Let's hope the Devils can find something. Gordy, can you give us something, my friend? The Devils trail by 11 points.
I'd say he'd be laughing from up above, Todd.
Well, he'll be laughing wherever he is, Gordy, that's for sure. There's the ball up. Chance here for Dawson. Right foot kick. It's gone out of bounds on the full and right on cue. You can almost hear Gordy laughing through the clouds with that ordinary kick there from Dawson. Ball's back into the hands of the Devils. Squaring kick to centre wing was good to Page. Took the man on, got around him, right foot kick inside the 50. Looking there towards Edwards. Whistle blown. What's going on here? The umpire's picked out a free kick. And there's confusion aplenty. Jake Edwards confused for the second time in 3 minutes.
It's just a square off for the other one that they've missed.
Yeah, I think that's paid down the ground. And Edwards will have a shot on goal. He kicked 4 last week for the Devils. He's been quiet this afternoon, but he hasn't had much of an opportunity. Normally good by foot. The 5-game veteran from the Blues will have a shot on goal. Club champion Henderson medalist. Makes no mistake. Just what the Devils needed. as they claw back into this game here at Alberton Park. They're 2 goals, 3-15, Darling. They trail Ballarat 3 goals, 2-20.
Your voice happy today.
That'll be the main focal point for them. Get back to the first game today.
East Point now 2 goals up against Grenada, 19 point lead over Melton South, and Melton are up by 9 points against Sudbury.
Ball in the middle of the ground. There's the ball up. He gets into the rack for the Devils. That doesn't help though. The Swans through Kennedy. Get the clearance out of the middle. Go half forward. Coming one home was Branch. They'll go against Ankrum. Plays on the long sleeve. Right foot kick. Goes into the direction of Hooper. Excellent use of the body. He's done. Played on. Clever play. Shot on goal. Oh, he's fairly confused from about a metre out, but did need a banana kick and a clever kick at that to get through. And my advisories tell me it was touched. So a little bit of saving grace there for Hooper. 3-3-21. Ballarat, they lead Darley 2-3-15. Low scoring affair here at Alberton Oval. Almost as low as the temperature here. Opportunity here for Baldwin on half forward for the Swans. And past to Martin, good right foot. Heads into the Hooper direction. Getting back, leading assistance, reading it well was Leonard. His right foot kick finds Baker. Hand pass, put Graham under the puck. He got the hurry kick towards the centre of the ground. Darley did a favourable bounce, they got one. The debutant Granado's over the footy. Can he get involved? He runs past it. Chance here for the Swans. Ball at ground level, there'll be a whistle. There is. And there'll be a ball up on half forward.
Do you think, Todd, that he might want to change this Stratton off Hooper because he's proving a bit of a headache for this Stratton at the moment?
We'll see how we go. There's more like it. Baker out of the congestion and Edwards comes out, takes a contested mark in front of Wines. And that's more like it from the big fella. He's in form, Jake Edwards. Give him some decent supply and he'll justly reward you.
That was a good setup, stopping from there. Ruttman taps out to Baker and a good lead up there. Gets him straight on the chest.
Chance here for Edwards to level the scores here at Alberton Oval. The Devils 15, trial Ballarat 21. Edwards with a shot on goal for his second goal for the term. He likes it. And the players should be running in from everywhere to get up and about here at Alberton Oval, but they just calmly run back. There's still a lot more work to be done. Scores level here, 3-3, 21 apiece at Alberton Oval. Callum.
Yeah, Darley looked a lot better going inside 50 this term. They've had 2 marks inside 50 as well as that free kick right in front of goal for their 5 entries. Ballarat have had the 7 entries. And around the grounds in the AFL, half-time in both games. Magpies up by 13 against the Dockers. Giants up by 19 against the Suns.
Scores level here at Alberton Oval. Ballarat 21, Darley 21. There's the ball up, tap one by Pownley. We're in the direction of Dawson and O'Farrell. They're over the footy here. Unexpected other whistle. There is to be a stoppage. Taking side of the centre circle here for Ballarat. Darley drawn back level here as Herring clears out of the congestion. Looking there towards Cabin. Needed a favourable bounce. He didn't get one. But Robson did in the end as he gathered on the right boot. Chance here to find Hanson. He marked. Too far out to score. Right foot kick. Heads into the Edwards direction. Was Granado. In fact, he couldn't mark. Clearing kick out of defence was good. And Vander Hubel takes his upbeat mark for this opening half here at Alberton Oval. And they have an opportunity here through Fisher. His right foot kick. Was Sutton, in fact, who conceded some ground back to Vander Hubel, who would have double figures in the marks department here this afternoon. Short kick out of defence had to be good, it was. Found McPherson. They went coach's box, side centre wing. Liston's got some pace. He's no slow coach either. Have a look at the pace of Liston. Right foot kick in the Hooper direction. He couldn't take the mark. At the back, here's a chance here for Nichols. Quick hands down. Oh, well read there by Carrick. And you get the Devils out of trouble with the left foot kick who finds Collie, who kept running and took a nice little mark in front of the boundary line. Right in front of the old club rooms here at Alberton Oval. Collie's kick's good. Found Neski, the debutant. Right foot kick out to Granado. Now there's a combo of names that we haven't heard mentioned of in sequence at senior level as the 2 debutants combined there. Excellent kick from Granado. Got it towards half forward. Up against the boundary line, over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Geez, that Liston showed some pace there.
Yeah, indeed. Scores level here at Alberton Oval, 21 apiece. And we're midway through this second term. Game up for grabs. Game on in earnest here at PFL Game Day. There's the boundary throwing. There's a little bit more urgency from Darley here at the moment. Chance here to gather. There was a good hand pass towards Collie. Collie with ball in hand here for the Devils. Doesn't manage to break the tackle from Liston. He's too quick there for Collie. Now Liston with ball in hand. Will weigh up his options. He goes wide. Down in direction of the youngster there in it was Gray there. It was Gray, alright. Gray scores above here at Ballarat. And was the white version of Bob Marley, that's right. There's the bowler. Centre wing position. Scores level here at Alberton Oval. Trying to crash through the pack there was Luther Vega. And the umpire said that's held to him.
He's lifted in this quarter.
Yeah, I think there's been a few. I reckon there was a dozen players who Darley players didn't touch it in that opening quarter. It's the right foot kick out of the congestion will only go back as far as Fraser. It goes back and marks uncontested in front of Inglis. So Fraser looks to go backwards with the left. Obviously an instruction from the coach. Right foot kick goes in the direction there of the big fella there and pounding off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Taking side of centre wing, coach's box, sign of the ground here at Alberton Oval. Scores a level, 21 apiece.
You can see like Darley can score very quickly when they actually get their act together. With, you know, like in that 2-minute passage before they scored 2 goals, and like we've had played quarter and a bit of footy, Ballarat got 3 goals on the board.
Chance for O'Farrell out of the congestion, ended up turning the footy over. Ball fell into the hands of Edwards. Goes into attack, looking there. No, Cadman! And Cadman's taken a contested mark. Beauty. Lucky not to give away 50 there was Martin. And the youngster Cadman's taken an excellent contested mark, one of the few contested marks we've seen this afternoon. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal from about 40. An opportunity to put the Devils in front for the first time this afternoon. Scores a level, 21 apiece. Cadman normally good by foot. Can he match the efforts of that mark? Kicks on his way. The Devils. They hit the front here at Alberton Oval. Oh no, you can use it again. That was the Ballarat faithful cheering there from behind. Not where I was there. 3-4-22, Darley. Ballarat 3-3-21.
I think this game's got them in time.
Martin to bring the ball back into play. Gets the ball beyond half back. Oh, at the back there was Priat, but the mark was taken there by Carrick, who's been thrown the ball back in disgust. Carrick with ball in hand now, swings onto the non-preferred and then back around on the right, goes into the Edwards direction. Go back, taking a nice mark. There was Young. And Young will have a shot on goal, the left footer. And good last 3 or 4 minutes for the Devils.
Yeah, no, they've had a good 5 minutes of footy here. Just need to capitalise here. Like I said before, you know, when they do get their act together, they can score very, very quickly, Darley.
Now Young to have a shot on goal here for the Devils. Quiet last week. Let's rip here. Is this a better attempt? Off to the right for a minor score. Surprised the Ballarat faithful weren't up and about cheering as they were in the previous point. 3-5-23 Darley. Lead Ballarat 3-3-21. 2-point lead to the Devils. Martin just refuses to miss a target. Excellent kick. Now the ball gets beyond half back here. Cowley goes to the thumb, looking there towards Liston in overrunner. The speed stuff, the road runner wouldn't be difficult for him to overrun anything. Here's an opportunity now for Hitching. Makes up his mind. Looks patient and poised. The opportunity here for Ankrum. Could have been given for a kick. Umpire said no. Granada goes along the ground with a dribble kick as such. Gains about 15 metres for his side. And there'll be a ball in attacking side of centre wing. Commentary box side of the ground here at Alberton Oval. The Devils lead by 2 points. There's the throw-in. In front's Materi, good use of the body hand pass. Intercepted there beautifully by Kennedy. Read it better than as a party. He was stationary. Excellent use of the body by Hooper. Plays on. Have the shot on goal. Yes! That's 6:30 of the afternoon. And Ballarat get back in front here at Alberton Oval. They're 4-3-27. They lead Darley 3-5-23. A word from you, Callum.
He's causing all sorts of all 4 of his marks, and so he's kicked 3 goals.
And we've got you there, mate. Quick scores from around the ground.
Redan keeping in touch with East Point, only down by 3 points. 3-5-23. Redan and now at 2-8-20. Melbourne South also staying in touch with Blake Lindery, only down by the 5 points.
Well, we've lost someone over the back here, Lucas. Bill's having a spell. He's all asleep. Ball out of the middle of the ground here. Swans go forward again through O'Farrell. They get it to the attacking 50. Rebounding is Page. Right foot kick. Swans have the numbers. O'Farrell again. Hand pass finds Ford. Getting back there, Van der Heuvel on half back. Left foot kick, shoots it. Oh, just inside the boundary line it lands. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw. Cullen just forgetting what the rules were. Over that line's a free kick. One bounce and over. Boundary throw in.
He thought it was deliberate, Todd.
Oh, there's the throw in. Chance here for Spiteri. Powling in the back, one the tap. Went through the legs of Graham. Baker there doing the mopping up tackle by Garner. He goes to ground. And there'll be a ball up. Good battle of the midfields here this afternoon. Kennedy, Prendergast, and Dawson doing a good job there for the Swans against the Devils 3. Baker could have caught one in the back. The umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up. Darley 23, trail Ballarat 27. Approaching time on in his second turn. Spiteri's commitment was good. Second effort was okay. Powling wanted the free kick, but he didn't get it. Excellent tackle on Dawson from Baker. Umpire will square it away and come in and ball it up.
He's been good, Dawson. He's got that tag roll with Graham.
Ball up on centre wing. Commentary side of the ground. Call it even. The umpire's picked out a free kick. Couldn't call that even. Powling's going to take the free kick.
Neither of them made any attempt to go for the footy, let alone kick a free kick.
Well, the umpire's fallen over. Can you believe it? Straight onto his back. Bit of karma there. Ball gets to half forward. 4-3, 27, Ballarat lead, Darley 3-5, 23. Not Tommy Nooners here, and now we'll struggle at Alberton Oval.
Probably that's what they're there for.
Ballarat with sheer weight of possession. Darley hanging in. There's the tap, won by Powling. Went over the back this time. Opportunity here for Z. Stratton to clear. Just throws it on the boot. Blind vision. Reading it well there was Martin. It was a kick behind the play. Sends the beautiful drop punt in the Hooper direction. Oh, that's the back. Hey, my man.
You got big uns.
Up against the boundary line. He's going to have a shot here. Ash Gray. That probably was good. Colour of the hair more so than the black there, Fridge. That's definitely his name.
He's got a burst nest on top of his head.
They'll have a shot on goal. And he'll listen to the near side minor score registered. Ballarat 4-4-28. They lead by a valuable 5 points. Darley at 3-5-23. That score brought to you by Jared Harrington Accountants in Bacchus Marsh.
He's made the change from Z. Stratton off.
Cullen to bring the ball back into play. Right foot kick. Anthony Gold. The head of Lennon. Kennedy dropped what he should have taken there at the end. Ball bounced favourably back into the hands of Lennon, who was tackled, thrown to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up on the attacking 50 for Ballarat. There's the ball up. It was the other guy we suggested in the car on the way up, Fridge. Knock free opportunity here for Azapati. He looks for the safety of the boundary line. They couldn't keep it in, Darley. The umpire's picked out a free kick and it's going to go to Baker. He's getting back and helping out in defence. That's what the Devils midfield need to do. They need to get back and help out as Angwin will clear with a left foot kick towards the defensive 50. Could have been a free kick to Carrick. The umpire said no, then he just fell over to Carrick. Left the door open here for Ballarat to gather if they can. We're 50-50 here at the moment, but the umpire's picked out a free kick. And it's going to go to Cadman. Cadman with ball in hand, shortly. Prendergast off the footy, he goes short to half back and finds Cullen. Cullen with ball in hand. Took an eternity to get around Garner, but it was effective in the end. Kept the kick low. Reading it well there. Would have been Sutton, he couldn't go up. Chance here. The left footer. Drew Kennedy has been good inside the attacking 50. Angwin got a terrible bounce. Reading it well there was Kennedy. Used to the body from the end and Ray from the Swans. Angwin over the footy. The umpire will agree with that one. And Angwin inside the defensive 50 for Darley. Will play on and go to the club room side of the ground. And Baker runs onto the footy. Sweeps around onto the left boot. Kicks the ball towards centre wing. Had to be good. So tuning Young below the knees. Can he gather the big fella? Knocks it back to Baker. Covering the ground well there was Baker. Hand pass over towards Robson. Got the ball towards half forward. In the Terry direction, but covering the ground well was his opponent there, impelling off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in on half forward for the Devils.
Baker's really lifted in this quarter. His presence around the stoppage and getting back and helping the blokes over half back's been really, really good.
Ballarat 28, lead Darley 23. There's the throw-in. Ball not free. Opportunity here for Graham. Got it to Carrick. He just threw the ball on the boot. High kick, up and under, towards the attacking 50, looking there for Hanson. He couldn't take the mark. Ball gets not free. There'll be a stoppage on half forward. And deep in their second term, it's Ballarat 28 who lead Darley 23. Plenty of ball ups, plenty of boundary throw-ins. In cool conditions here at Ballarat, needless to say. Quick score from around the ground as the ball remains on half forward for the Devils.
Yes, in the AFL, Collingwood up by 2 goals against Freo. GWS still have a 19-point lead over the Suns.
Opportunity here for Baldwin to clear for the Swans. Goes into the Z-Stratton direction. Berry with the punch over the back. Leonard was a bit clumsy with the hand pass. Doing the mopping up there was Edward. Good weight of numbers here for the Devils through Herring. Got the ball towards half forward, looking in towards Young. There was an errant kick. He's going back and taking the mark there with Sutton. His short kick was okay. Found Fraser. Fraser with ball in hand will concede some ground again to Martin. He's obviously the designated kicker for the Swans. They just keep giving it to him, and he just doesn't miss a target. He's just treating the Darley forwards like bitches. That's by foot. He's kicking around them at will. Vanderhoovel now has the ball inside the attacking 50 for the Devils. He'll get the Swans out of trouble with the left foot kick beyond half back. At the back there was Cullen with the punch on O'Farrell. Oh, it's the safety of the boundary line. Oh, the umpires picked out a free kick for over the shoulder. They go against Cullen. Yes, I did see that. Ballarat 28, lead Darley 23. Good luck for those of you that are going to watch this replay. As O'Farrell gets the ball to the attacking 50 for the Swans. Good spoil at the back there was Lennon. At ground level was Edward. The sirens sound at half time. Ballarat lead Darley 4-4-28. The Devils 3-5-23. So a 5-point lead to the winless Ballarat, who are taking it up to the third place Devils with 4 wins and a loss from their 5 half time here at Malta.
Rubbish bin. Oh, rubbish bin.
What happened to the York thing?
I don't know. We set it up at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, which we had everything on.
Yeah. What happened at the Tigers?
How long's that?
Yeah, look, we only need to talk about
Welcome back to Apple Run
That's Carlton College, that.
VFL Game Day broadcast. Here at Alfredton
I didn't
Oval,
watch it.
Ballarat. With a 5-point lead
Every time
over the
I looked
Devils,
over, they were
4-28.
it's pretty poor.
Devils
performance,
3-5-23, going through the goal kickers for the first half. Ballarat
wasn't
picked up
in
set 3,
He
scores
was
all
too
sorts
slow.
of trouble
And
there
You
for
can't
the Devils,
expect blokes to just
and
go bang.
I think it was Constable who
because
says the other way. Whilst for Darley, Edwards kicked 2 goals in second term there, and Robson also has
alright. He got
kicked
quite a
goal.
few touches.
Going through the stats for the first half, centre clearances.
Yeah, okay.
Ballarat have had the 6, Darley have had 3 free kicks.
Yeah,
Darley have had 16, Ballarat have had 11 inside
It was
50s.
pretty low quality.
Tied at 22 apiece, and marks inside 50, slightly in favour of Ballarat, 5-2.
All pretty good.
Running game, Edwards, although he contributed with 2 goals, enormous lift in this quarter now.
Playing away in the third term, first clearance to Nick Graham, out of the middle. As a party picked it up and then dumped as he hand passed the ball, got it to Baker, and kicked the ball further forward, only as far as Sutton for the Swans. They get the ball towards half forward. Brilliant leading in the race to the ball in front of Angren Gathers. Hand pass to the running listing. Can he gather? He can't. Blind turn good was well done there by Cullen. Ball fell into the hands of Spiteri. Gave it back to Cullen. Right foot kick to the outer centre mid position. Gathered well by Nick Graham. Right foot kick across the body. They're going to attack looking there for Young it was on the lead. He couldn't gather. Over the line for a boundary throw in about 70 metres around from the Darley goal. 28 Ballarat lead Darley 23 in the Dower opening first half here at Alberton Oval. Doing the sharking there was Baker. A hand pass out of the congestion, hopeful more than anything else. Only went as far as Martin, who had a bounce. Then ran his full measure, albeit sideways. Hand pass over to Dawson. Right foot kick towards half forward. Punch at the back was good by Page. Gathered well there by Z. Stratton. And square kick there by Carrick was good and found Collie. Inside the defensive 50 here for the Devils. They trail by 5 points. Collie weighing up the options. He'll go back to the outer side of the ground. Right foot kick to the centre wing position. Coming out, not quite taking the mark there was Ankrum. Hand pass good there was from Young, got it to Collie. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Hands into the back, couldn't take the mark. Beautifully shot there by Robson. Shot on goal. And he's put it through. His second goal of the afternoon. And the Devils are back in front here at Alderton Oval. They're 4-5-29. They lead Ballarat 4-4-28.
Transitional play, hit up forward and then the other fellow running onto the footy was Carrick, was it? Robson, sorry. Running onto the footy with Hanson bringing it to the ground and yeah, good bit of play there.
Robson has 2 goals for the Devils now. Edwards with 2. Whilst for Ballarat Hooper, the main goal scorer there, who has 3 of their 4 goals. Devils lead by a point. Back in the middle of the ground. Good start to the second half here by the Devils. Powling on the tap. Only as far as Dawson, who couldn't gather. Ball breaks free. Out of the congestion goes Kennedy. Onto the left boot. Gets it out in the direction of Brian, who took a nice mark. Squaring right foot kick. Out in the direction of Gray, the comp figure. Albeit in the commentary box at this stage. Collie gathers the footy. Ball held to him. And the umpire will pull it up on half forward for the Swans. There's a bit of light shines down on Alberton Oval. Albeit the sun, but there's no heat from it at this stage. As Kennedy breaks out of the congestion as a flying shot goal, the full kick. And marking the errant kick on the last line was Carrick. He duffed his short kick. Opportunity here for Hooper to gather. His hand pass was good. Right foot kick. Strong kick in for hit the post. Very unlucky there, the Swans.
Passage of foot is just inexcusable, pathetic.
Ball comes back into play by Page. Finds Hitchings, who marks uncontested. Right foot kick. Comes to the commentary side. Robson needs to be strong. He was. Mark Andor free kick to that player. Being one of Darley's better players, even though he's only had a handful of possessions. He kicked a couple of goals.
Yeah, come on!
Gave the ball to Page, and Page coming back to Robson. He fell over. Here's an opportunity here.
no.
Send the ball forward to the agency of Constable. Gets it to the top of the square looking for Hooper. He can't gather. Opportunity here now for Hitchings. Goes into Z. Stratton, who
What happened there?
checks the kick off the side of the boot. Somehow it's a Darley ball, albeit Page with ball in hand now. Call that a free kick.
On inside 50 there, it's been 6 or 7 comical errors there.
Oh, here's an ordinary hit from Page. Set Hitchings up into the danger zone on the attacking 50 here. The Swans through here, ball through to Baldwin. Finally got the footy over there towards Fisher. He concedes the ground with a hand pass to Martin. In front of Hitchings there, be too far out the score. Goes short, effective. That's a mark taken there by Constable. And he'll kick from 50 metres.
Martin's use of the footy by hand and foot is just exceptional, Todd.
He's been a very good player for the Swans this year. Martin been in 2 BAG performances for the Swans. Right foot kick from Constable goes across the face of goal. Hooper's up there doing the shot. Bring it across the He's hit the post. Let off there for the Devils. Ballarat in front here at Alberton Oval. 4-6-30. Ballarat lead. Darley 4-5-29. Ball back into play. They go the outer side of the ground. Strong grab there by the Devils. Running hand pass. Got it over towards Carrick. Right foot kick beyond centre wing. Goes in direction of Inglis, who's got the ball in hand now.
Good stop.
Went over there towards to give the hand pass further afield. The umpire's going to call it back. It's going to be a free kick and it's going to go to Darling. It's going to go to Young. Young onto the left boot. Squaring kick. Opportunity here for Constable to spoil. He does so. Could have been held there. The umpire called play on. Right in the middle of the ground. All players ran past the footy. And it keeps happening here. A calamity of errors. Constable finally, with a bit of clean hands, got the ball over there towards Liston. It goes to the outer side of the ground, looking there towards Fraser. Ball needs to sit up for the left footer. Finally does. He's got time. to measure the kick. Goes looking there for Brett. Goes over his head. And Angwin's quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. As he's knocked into the sponsor sign there by Brett.
I think I'm actually watching a reserve grade getting into football here. It's just terrible. The errors and the mistakes that they're making both these sides.
Boundary throwing, tap one by Powley, knocks it about 8 or 9 metres, 3 side ball, kick in just before it's knocked. Oh, the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against Darley. It's going to go against Baker. And the free kick's going to go to the Swans. Long way away from goal. Right foot kick goes in the Hooper. Alex couldn't take the mark. Ball falls to ground. The Devils under the pump here on the last line. Hooper with a second effort's okay. Looking for the boundary line. There was the Darley defence. They couldn't find it. Here's a chance for Cullen to run onto it. It's about 20 metres out from the Ballarat goal. Umpire, you'd think the whistle goes in. There'll be a ball up. Ballarat lead by 1 point. 30 plays 29. Halfway through this third term. No rain to speak of. Very little breeze, in fact, either. Just cool Ballarat conditions prevailing this afternoon. Nick Graham clears the ball for the Devils. Excellent kick to Gunn, who couldn't gather. Probably should have in the end. Ball lands favourably for Gunn. The umpire's going to call it back. He's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Ballarat on the outer side centre wing. Looks like it's going to be Fraser with ball in hand. He goes short, finds Dawson. He marks right in front of the Darley coach's box. Wheels around onto the right boot. This has put Garner under the pump. Had to be strong in the contest. He was okay. Liston went to the ground a little. He gathered. Kicked the ball straight up high in the air. Angwood could have been infringed. The umpire called play on. Ball's on half forward here. Out of side of the ground. Opportunity for Graham. Swings onto the right boot. Young presents well. Comes out. Couldn't quite take the mark as the ball's punched away from that player. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. Ballarat lead by 1 point, 4-6-30. Ballarat lead Darley 4-5-29. There's the throw-in. Ruck works, Materi and Powley doing work. Ball goes to ground, you'd think there'd be a whistle in it. Oh, hard at it there was Ankrum. And there'll be another ball up.
2 minutes of footy played inside 2 50-metre arcs.
Ball up to take place. Abalone 8.5 FMP at BFL game day. Ballarat hosting Darley. 11th place Ballarat hosting 3rd place Darley on the table. It's been a very even contest, but you think that Ballarat have had the upper hand, and it would speak more of the 1 point advantage that they do have at this stage. Ball's on centre wing. Scrappy affair here at Appleton Oval. As the umpire blows the whistle, will affect another ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground for Darley. They trail by 1 point in this third term. There's another ball up. Tap one by Powley. Opportunity here for Garner, who got the ball over to Kennedy on the preferred left boot. Excellent smother there by Leonard. Nullifies any penetration of that Kennedy kick. And a stoppage imminent. Umpire blows the whistle. He'll come in and ball it up. Probably 150 ball ups here this afternoon at Overton Oval. It's the Swans who lead, the home side by a point. Doing their best to cause the upset of the round as Kennedy with the left foot kick into attack, looking for Hooper at the back. Couldn't take the mark, ball off hands over the line, boundary throwing.
Yeah, he's got a fierce attack on the footy, Hooper, hasn't he, Todd?
Yeah, he's got good speed. Hits the ball at pace. Plenty of momentum through the footy. 40 metres out from goal. Ballarat in attack, there's the boundary throwing. Materi doing the ruck work. Opportunity here for Leonard. Hand pass to open space. Goes boundary side. Chance here for the Swans. Right foot kick from the attacking 50. Goes into the excellent use of ball up in the hands of Inglis. And he'll cop a punch in the back. Collins tries to run away from the would-be tackler. Got tackled at the end. Managed to get a hand pass over to Curran. He got into half forward. Edwards could have been held without the umpire call play on. Running onto Albert's Cadman, just inside the boundary line. Attacking 50 here for the Devils. Will it sit for Granado? It doesn't. It does for Edwards. He got around the play there in forward. Had a shot on goal. Edwards loves it off the boot. And he's put it through. Excellent goal there for Edwards. His third of the afternoon.
Let's go up!
Back in front of Alberton Oval.
Nice go up!
35. They lead Ballarat 4-6-30.
Just the class of Edwards there to be able to run on the fucking free kick.
You got some stats for us there, Cal?
Yeah, Ballarat dominated high so far. The score left out the 70 side 50s. Darley at the 4. they failed to capitalise on it. They've only kicked the 2 behinds to Darley's 2 goals.
The Devils lead by 5 points here at Alberton Oval. Latter stages, third term here. There's the tap, one by Powling, only as far as Baker. As soon as he grabbed him, was tackled and thrown to the ground. The umpire's in a ping. Little stiff there, the midfielder. But Dawson will take the free kick. Right in the middle of the ground. Dawson with ball in hand, the number 32. On the right boot, goes into attack. Going back with courage. Ankrum takes a mark. That'd definitely be the running for the Bustel mark of the day. Ankrum with ball in hand comes to the commentary side of the ground and finds English, who marks uncontested. Marks uncontested there in front of Prendergast. English on halfback, a long way from home. I'm not talking about the marsh, I'm talking about goal. Right foot kick, pretty ordinary in that. And then just inside the boundary line. And covered Harvey's 35-metre kick, one bounce over the line, boundary throw in. Taking side of the centre wing, territorial kick there from English, they'll take that, the Devils. Darley lead by 5 points. 35 plays 30. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Powling. Waiting for it there was Inglis. Prendergast read it well, got a favourable bounce. Conceded some ground with a hand pass over to Fraser. Left foot kick was ordinary.
Oh, you played that one, you dick.
Plays on. A little lucky according to Fridge. All 10 ends up into the hands of Nick Graham. At ground level there was Henry Kidd across the body in the preferred left. Excellent use of the body there from Edwards. Could have gone over to Granado. Chose not to. Went to Neski. Neski to Catman. Shot on goal. Has he got it? Catman likes it. The Devils like it. And they kick away and open up to their biggest lead of the afternoon here at Alberton Park. It's an 11-point ball game. The Devils, they're 6-5-41. They lead Ballarat 4-6-30.
Once again, class and experience of Edwards was able to dance and dodge and get that footy on to Cadman. And he's starting to stand up and assert his authority on the game now.
Carl, we'll go around the grounds with you, my friend.
Yeah, Rattan have now opened up a 3-goal lead to East Point there, 5-14, 44 to East Point's 3-8, 26.
It's the Lockie George show, I'm tipping. That guy is a Rolls Royce. Look out for Renan. They're coming back to the finals in the Ballarat League in 2019. 41 Darley lead, Ballarat 30. It's an 11-point lead and a free kick here. Out of the congestion's going to go Ballarat's way. It's going to go to the agency of Powling. He gave it over to Prendergast. His hurried kick went straight up in the air, thumped away by Lennon. Devils have got a bit of purpose about them now. Opportunity here for Cullen. Right-hand pass was cut off there by Nichols. His left foot kick was only ordinary, but it was touched off the boot. So Lennon had to play on quickly. Hand pass out to the boundary direction from Agwin from the defensive 50. Across the body. Wanting a fortuitous bounce there was Ninsky. He got it, and as soon as he grabbed it, he was nailed and thrown to the ground. Keeping his feet there for the Swans there was Fisher. His hand pass got it over to Van der Hoovel. Ball's hot at ground level. Young and Nesky. Nesky's hand pass got it to Inglis, who got it to Baker, who got boundary side to Herring. Another hand pass to Cadman. Over towards Hanson. Attacking 50. Over the top chance for Granado. In point to Inglis. Combination. And the Swans are going to get out of trouble. Kick it. Dawson with ball in hand now for the Swans. On half back. Hand pass to Prendergast. Got the ball over to Martin. Has not missed all day by foot. That one no exception. He got it to Fraser. His hand pass to Garner. Middle of the Garner is taken. That leaf out of Martin's book as he hit Bria and looked to be properly marking on the attacking 50. Too far out to score. Right foot kick to the top of the goal square. Liston in the back. At ground level. Cullen got a terrible bounce but manages to keep it within his paws and knocked it through for a rush behind.
Just the way the numbers Darley are getting around the footy now, starting to take a bit more play in this game.
Ball brought back into play by Angler. Good kick, got plenty of it. Got it to Robson on the defensive 50. Towards attacking side of centre wing for the Devils. Beautifully sharked there by Baker. Good chain of hand pass. Ball in up in the hands of Azapati. Goes towards Nick Graham. He's got wine to beat. Ball falls in front of Graham. He gathers. Weighs up the options. Elects to go hand pass. Bailed there was with strength there through the core. Swings onto the left boot. Goes in the direction of Young. He goes the thump. Second grab was a good effort. Manages to hand pass. Was intercepted there by Garner. It's a 50-50 ball at the moment. Hot potato. The umpire will blow the whistle and come in and pull it up 48 metres out from the Darley goal.
The starting to authority here, Darley now. Todd. No more second of the footy. Numbers around the footy. Stoppages.
He's leaving the grand quick score from the NCG from Newcastle.
Collingwood now back in front against the Dockers, 6 minutes into the fourth term, 66 to 58.
Guilty.
Whilst the Giants have a 31-point lead over the Suns.
Tap one by Powling on the defensive 50 here for the Swans. Good pressure there from Robson. He became that tackler in that circumstance as the umpire blew the whistle to affect the ball up. Hitting up a little proppy. Good to see him without a bandage on him today. Alas, the place to be disappointed that their invoice was has been considerably less in recent weeks with Robson getting back to full fitness. So we have ball up. Darley lead 41. Back at the Ballarat at 31. Tap one by Powling. Knocks it over towards the boundary line. Kept in play there by Dawson. Opportunity for Zeech trying to kick the ball across the body. There's no one here room for the Devils. 25 metres out from their goal. And they'll have an opportunity to clear out of the fence through Wine. He'll go out the side of the ground with the right boot. Got plenty of it. He kicked it straight back to Zeech-Stratton. Zeech-Stratton on half forward. Was on Hooper early before the move. Right foot kick into attack. Good pressure there from Wine. Knocked the ball to ground. Getting back, lending assistance there was McPherson. And Prendergast. Prendergast there too. And then tumbled over the boundary line. It might have been Hitchings there. The big fella there in Herring, in fact, it was. And be a boundary throw in 52 metres out from the Darley goal. The Devils 41 lead, Ballarat 31. There's the throw in. Opportunity here for the Devils. Quick kick out of the congestion. Found as a party. Runs into an open goal. He's missed to the right, the youngster. That would have really brought the house down. The 45 Darley people that have come up to test these conditions this afternoon would have been up and about. But they extend. It's now 11 points. As the ball comes back into play, they go out the side of the ground.
Darley's starting to at the start of the outside.
Boundary throw in to take place, 65 metres out from the Darley goal, out the side of the ground. It's an opportunity for the Swans. They've had sheer weight of possession for most part of the afternoon, but most of it's been in their back half, and they've been on top. Ball ends up into the hands with Fraser on half back. He comes, looks to the commentary side, didn't see anybody, so went out of side. Found O'Farrell. Farrell with ball in hand, weighing up the options. Looking further afield, Hooper presents the lead. He goes into that direction. He's got 3 to beat here. Might have pushed the player Carrick there under it. The umpire called play on. Angler doing the mopping up, keeps it in play. And Baker was good. He got it to Lennon. Right foot kick into the heavy direction. Going back and reading it well. It was O'Farrell once again. Just inside the boundary line, true centre wing position out the side of the ground. The right foot kick heads into the great direction, but reading it well off the boot there was Cadman. Pushing back to half back there, doing well there for the Devils. His right foot kick did well to find Robson, who was interfered with. Picking it up there was as a party, gathered it beautifully, and then ready to travel. Play on. Here's an opportunity for Zeech-Stratton, gave it to Robson. He was picked and thrown to the ground. Unlucky to get a free kick there, the Swans, but they get up with a footy. They go about 15 or 20 metres for their sign, and Baker's quite happy to see over the line for a boundary throw in. True centre position, out of side of the ground, a let off there for the Devils.
Yeah, luck's a fortune. There should have been 2 holding the balls outside.
31 Ballarat, trail Darley 42. Third quarter here at Alberton Oval. Powling won the tap. Went into third direction. Well, the umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to be holding for it. Ballarat. It's going to go to the big fella there in Fraser. And get onto that preferred left foot and go short. Kicks effective. Finds Kennedy. Low left foot kick towards half forward. Finds Bridge, who comes out, takes a mark on the chest. Pulled away from that play though. Umpire didn't play the mark. Devils have been on top of the umpires in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
There's 2 marks they haven't paid that fella.
Boundary throw-in to take place on half forward for the Swans. Darley lead by 11 points. Tap one by Powling once again. Goal side, defensive goal side. Well done there by Hitchings. Right foot kick. Gets beyond centre wing for the Devils. Chance for Inglis at ground level. He can gather. Ball spills free to Young, who just knocked it to the defensive side towards Ankrum. Took on a would-be tackler. Then got thrown to the ground. Ball spilled out towards Leonard, who went out wide looking for Inglis. But there'll be a turnover here and a mark to the Swans players. About 200 metres away from us. Right foot kick into the true centre wing position out of side of the ground. And it's the big fella Fraser again with ball in hand. Right foot kick. It was, in fact, Constable. His right foot kick to the attacking 50. Hooper went up, hit the neck hard. Here's a chance for O'Farrell. Wide right foot kick. Getting back with a fight of the ball. There is Page. He's under it. Ball thumped away. Excellent defence there by Fraser. Page picking the ball up to the Devils. And he'll clear. But not for long, as Kennedy was on the end of that, and he'll mark on half back and send the Swans back into attack, looking in towards Dawson. Intercepting while there was Inglis. He couldn't take the mark. Ball goes to ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up 50.5 metres out from the Ballarat goal. The Devils lead by 11 points.
Darley just seemed giving more numbers to the ball.
They're just starting to warm up, if you can possibly do that up here. There's the ball up. Ball goes to ground. Chance here for Baker. Diving hand pass. Found Leonard. Right foot kick goes to the outer half back position. In there for Graham. Good use of the body there by Dawson. Graham ended up with a footy though. Did that well. Gave it over to Anchor. Gave it to Inglis. Weighing up the options. Right foot kick beyond half forward. Looking near towards Young. McPherson at the back. It goes through his hands. He'd be happy to see it over the line, you'd think. Competing well. Finally found it in the end. And there'll be a boundary throw to take place 65 metres around from the Darley goal. It's the Devils who lead 42, Ballarat 31.
Isn't it amazing, Tom, when you play a lower side like the down below Ballarat and bring you back to their standard of footy?
Yeah, it's been a tough old battle here for the injury-playing Devils, to be fair to say, but Ballarat haven't been without injury either. As Martin breaks away from the middle. They found a hooper. Very open forward line. Too far out to score. 58 metres out from goal. Making the lead up there was O'Farrell. He ignored him, decided to go low, looking for Gray, but getting back and taking a nice mark there was Lennon.
They were reliable.
Leonard takes the mark. Lays on with a hand pass to Z Stratton. He's going to go out of side of the ground with a right foot kick. Looking there towards Hitchings, who runs onto it and takes a nice mark. Hasn't looked flustered at senior level, Hitchings. He's quite happy to take his time and measures the right foot kick over towards Carriage.
He's played at the game before he left Darley. He was a regular senior player 2 years ago with Darley.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Herring with ball in hand. On half back for the Devils. Left foot kick beyond centre wing. Goes in the Hanson direction. Going to push his player under the footy. Umpire called play on. Fell into the hands of Vanderhoogel. Chance here. Running onto it there was Angrew. Just as he grabbed it, he was then slumped to the ground. The umpire called play on. Chance here for Baker on the non-preferred. Goes there looking for more dangerous for the Devils. But goes back. Taking a nice mark for the Swans there was Martin. Legally the best player on the ground. The left footer. Heads into the Dawson direction. He couldn't take the Swans play him on a cop one high. The umpire called play on. Chance for Gray to get it. Down. Still can't gather it. As soon as he does, he's thrown to the ground. By Darley captain Shane Page. The umpire will come in and affect the baller. Taking side of the centre position for Darley. They lead by 11 points. 6-6-42. Darley lead Ballarat 4-7-31. Baker out of the congestion. Goes with the soccer. Looking there for Cadman. He couldn't gather. Bit of a 50-50 contest there with Martin. And you think a whistle imminent. 55 metres out from the Darley goal. Let's go around the grounds with you, Cal.
In the AFL, they're still up by 8 points against the Dockers. And Redan now only up by 6 points against East Point.
Ripper game going on there. And a ripper game going on here, but just the standard probably not as good as the one down the road. 49 metres out from the Darley goal. Sound again. That's the whistle. And another baller. 42 Darley lead Ballarat 31. Any stats to speak of, Cal?
Well, despite Darley's dominance, Ballarat have had 2 more inside 50s this quarter.
Kennedy tries to break through the Baker tackle. He couldn't do so. Ball falls free in the back. Chance for Page, who got the ball over to Neski, the debutant. Hurried hand pass. He was put under pressure. By ball when he got that to Liston. He should have opened up the eyes of it. Could have found Gray. Hitchings read the ball well off the boot. Gathered for the Devils. Gave the ball to Carrick. His right foot kick on the other side was okay and found Robson, who took a nice mark. Right foot kick to the true. Out of centre wing position. Nick Bragg ran onto the footy and took a mark on the chest. Weighing up the options. It's been a slow old day here at Alberton. Right foot kick as he goes down the line in the Robson direction. But kicking to a 2-on-1. Probably a poor choice in the end as Vanderhoogel takes a mark in front of Robson. Concedes some ground with a kick. We've said that a few times this afternoon to Martin. And he just kicks it back to Vanderhoogel, but he kicks the kick between the two. as Ballarat decide to go forward on this occasion. They get the ball towards half back. Colin the Flyer, he's happy to thump it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward, out of side of the ground, it's the Devils who lead by 11 points.
Interesting in the first half, Ballarat were able to switch sides. I think so. Since half time, haven't been able to do that, and Darley really locked them down in this quarter.
Boundary throw-in to take place. Ball goes to the feet of the ruckman. Bit of the stats on the mill from the mids. The umpire will blow the whistle, effect another ball up. No question about that. Boundary throw-ins, 2 votes. Probably give 1 vote to Martin. All right. Play back underway here at Alberton Park. The Devils 42 lead Ballarat 31. We've got to be approaching time on in this third term here.
He looks good.
26 minutes gone, third term. Chance here, the ground to break through the congestion. Went looking for Inglis with a hand pass. Good work. Process. Free kick by McPherson. Oh, the little fella there enlisted.
Number 37, first game for it.
No question there. Right foot kick towards centre wing. Looking in towards Nichols, he couldn't take the mark. Off hands over the line, boundary throwing. Out of side of the ground, attacking side of centre wing for the Devils.
We called him Beanie. First of the game. He looks like obviously he's only had 16, so how many games he has played, but he's got a bit of a future.
Neatest material, Parent could win that. Tap out, painting their leading assistance for the Devils, and again another stacks on the mill. And I tell you what, this umpire will need a new whistle next week. This one will be burnt out by afternoon's end, I guarantee you. Another stoppage, tapping side of centre wing for the Devils, 42 Darley. Lead Ballarat 31. There's the ball up. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go Ballarat's way. And it's going to go to Prendergast with ball in hands. To weigh up the options. Darley a little bit more accountable now behind the footy. Right foot kick. Gains about 45 metres for the side. Up and over the pack goes Leonard with a beauty. One of the Dustel marks of the day. Smeary kick had to be good to Carrick. Remarked on the defensive 50. Goes to Collie now. Collie on the defensive 50. Has a party on. Left foot kicks okay. On half back. Siren sounds for 3/4 time. And Darley are in front here at Alberton Park. They're 6-6-42. They lead the ball game here at Alberton Oval. As the party goes to Kennedy, there's the ball up. Ballarat kicking to the scoring end that we decided was the scoring end, and there's Kennedy out of the middle, on the preferred left boot. Goes into attack, looking there for Hooper at the back, takes the mark. Got some separation there, good use of the body on Carrick. And Hooper's taken a mark about 15 to 20 metres out from goal. And has an opportunity to narrow the margin to just 5 points.
Collingwood's 2 points up. Very experienced players. Reminds me a little bit of Dave Barnes in the old days. Big body, not a very big fella, but uses his strengths really well, the same as what Barnes used to do.
Shot on goal here from Hooper. They need to go around. They've got it. 5-7-37 Ballarat. They trail Darley 6-6-42. It's a 5-point ball game.
The ladies are very happy.
Yeah, the Ballarat faithful are up and about. Let's go around the grounds with you, Callum.
It's the BFL. Ballarat faithful are up and about. Lead over Nelson 5-14, 44-5-7-37. And in the AFL, 27-minute mark, Collingwood scored Ollie on 17.
Almost the same as saying hanging on to the replay for Toddy there. There's the ball up. Tap one again by Powley. Ball at ground level opportunity for Dawson, who's bailed up. The umpire will blow the whistle and pick the ball up. 5-point ball game here at Alberton Park. Has been playing the opening minutes of this final term on BFL Game Day. Apple 98.5 FM live broadcast coming to you on this chilly Saturday afternoon. Ankrum out of the middle was good. Headed pass over towards Cadman. Tries to measure the kick but shanked it. Much to the disappointment of Nick Graham. As McPherson, who seems to have the job on that player, switches to the outer side of the ground. Mark's been taken by Vanderhoel. Left foot kick. Gets beyond half back. Excellent thump there from Collie. Looking for the safety of the boundary line. He finds it. It'll be a boundary throwing on the outer side centre wing position.
Two-prong attack here. Kick. With Graham and Edwards No, so I'm going forward 50 for Darley.
Fremantle hit the front of the G, can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
There's the boundary throw in. Tap one by Powley. Ball goes to ground level. Opportunity here for Bria. Hand passes it out. The umpire picked out a free kick. It'll go to that player. There's an opportunity to send. Go into attack. Ball in hand. Right foot kick. Gets towards the attacking 50. Let it the fly. Will go to the punch. Off his hands and over the line for a boundary throw in. Round the grounds with you, Callum.
Yes, Fremantle are now up by 4 points at the 28-minute mark. In the VFL, Redan still have that 5-point lead over East Point. Melton South up by 3 goals against Lake Vendouree, and Sunbury still up by 7 against Melton.
Melton South are in front.
Yep.
I think Dylan Conway will have a bit of a say on that result. He was back into the Melton South side today. Wow. So then you wouldn't believe it. Seeing is not believing. There's another ball up here at Alberton Oval.
Melton and Sunbury, the 19 scoring shots to 12 in Sunbury's favour.
Ball up to take place here. Leonard, Materi does the ruck work. Goes in there for Ranker, could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Robson gathers over to Colling and threw the ball on the boot. Gained some important metres for his side. The hands in direction and 2 to beat. And took out a nice mark at the end. Wheeled around onto the right boot. Hence the ball into attack. Edwards at the back. Young in front. Having numbers here are the Swans from the agency of Vanderbilt. His hand pass was good. Got him in person. Drove the ball along the boundary line. Along the line was a good kick to Powley. Took a mark just inside the boundary line for the Swans. Darley 42 lead, Ballarat 37. Right foot kick from Powley. Awkward style, but effective nonetheless. Leonard at the back. Up over Nichols. Takes his second contender for the Ruscole mark of the day. His right foot kick happened to be good. It was. It found Cadman on the defensive 50 for the Devils. His right foot kick to centre wing, looking for Herring. Intercepting effort there. Good was by Hooper. He was then bailed up. Had to go by hand in the air more than anything else. Not too many player in particular. There's another stacks on the nil here as the umpire will come in and effect the ball up on half forward for Ballarat. They trail Darley by 5 points. 37 plays 42. The scoreboard just about tells the story of the afternoon. Listed into the congestion, drives Ballarat into attack. Lenny bears the thump. Been important in this last quarter. Chance here for Cullen. Gets around one tackle, got it to Carrick, threw the ball on the boot. Hadman needs to be strong here. Stolen over the back, did very well the youngster. On true half back, right foot kick into the middle, looking for Hanson. And Hanson's taken a mark and he's off and gone. Runs across half forward, gets to the attacking 50. Has a shot on goal. He had Edwards to the front side, ignored him. He's going back and taking a mark, but the flight of the ball was right.
Actually, Colin hasn't been too bad today, Todd. He's done some really good things down back. Probably the best defender.
Ball gets to the defensive 50 for Ballarat from the first defender, Garner, who took a nice mark over at Ford Cement. But managed to keep it in play somehow. Ball in the hands of Martin. He's going to weigh up the options. Had plenty of the footy today. Just takes a bounce in his own time. Onto the left boot. Look at that. Contested mark on the chest. Wheels around onto the left boot. Goes again. Come on! That just inside the boundary line.
This is hard. No.
Werribee leading goal kicker of the VFL in 2018. To go back and have a shot on goal from the boundary line. And with the right to Luke Breeze here, he's on the right side. Let's see how he goes. It's 6-7-43. Upset on the car. They lead Darley 6-6-42. So 1 point advantage to the home side, the Swans, who showed some big last week to lead Lake Vendouree by 6 goals before coming that up. And they're backed up again today. Brisbane was a real show this afternoon.
Yeah, that's got a lift side. Come on.
Heath might want to think about putting Nick Graham on the wing.
Back in the middle of the ground here. It's all over at the MCG. Fremantle have defeated Collingwood. There's the ball up. Powley won that tap again. Hanson into the ruck for the Devils. Inglis doing the scouting. Left-hand hand pass was okay. Got it over towards Ankrum, who got it to as a party. Drove the ball into attack. Graham could have been pushed. The umpire has played that.
Here we
go. There was none there. So Nick Graham from about 60 will weigh up the options. Needs a good kick here. Goes down the Edwards direction. Comes out, takes a nice mark on the chest. And Edwards looking just
Why
as
couldn't you do
dangerous
that
as
in
Hooper
town?
is forward for the Swans. And Edwards for the Devils will go back and have a shot on goal. Probably a little straighter than a 45-degree angle.
I think he's lining up for his fourth. Is that right, Callum?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's had a good game. He rises to the top.
Kicked 4 last week. There's a chance to match that free kick. Put the Devils back in front. Kicks on. Off to the right for a minor score. Scores a level here at Alberton Oval. 6-7-43. Apiece. Nothing in it. The only advantage.
Round this for Jake, that one.
That's in Darley's forward line as Martin brings the ball back into play. It was a nervous kick, put Pounding under pressure. Inglis did the sharking well, got it over to Ankrum, got it to Herring from 51. Left foot kick, out to the top of the goal square. Put Edwards under the pump because he had 2 to beat. Numbers prevail on that occasion. Short kick out of defence. Right, Fisher. Was only ordinary. Here's a chance for Captain to pile up that player. He's picked down a free kick.
Too high.
No free.
What's the free for?
Too high.
Free kick's going to go to Cadman. Must have been a high fend off there because it was Cadman that was applying the tackle. I'm trying to work out how that was awarded high to the tackler. But nonetheless, it's Cadman.
Ball fell out of his hands.
A score here will put the Devils in front from 45 metres. Shots on its way. It's going to miss to the near side, but it'll be enough to get the Devils in front by the solitary point. They're 6-8-44, darling. They lead Ballarat 6-7-43. How long gone final term, Cal?
We are at the 9-minute mark.
Martin to bring the ball back into play. 9 minutes gone final term. Comes to the commentary side of the ground. Gets plenty of distance on that kick. Fraser did the sharking, got the ball to bounce on this big ground at Alberton Oval. Carrick got a terrible bounce. Ended up holding Hooper without it. Leonard did well, got the ball to Cullen, who hand passed to Inglis. Got it further afield to that. And longer than he thought. Throw against as a party. Bit of an experience.
50! Come on!
Fraser with ball in hand. Left foot, high kick. Darley led by 1 point. Into attack. Flight of numbers, half a dozen up, 2 down. One of those was great. Got it to Dawson, shrugged the tackle, kick across the body. Very ordinary. Won't he went as far as Carrick. But threw the ball on the back. Cullen has to be good here. And the back Fraser gets a nice mark to the Swans. Squares it up with a left foot to Martin.
Come on, do it!
I'll tell you what. On a good day, this wouldn't be on him. Wouldn't be beyond him. From 65. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Gray at the back. Let it in front. Ball goes to ground. Chance for Gray second. And shot on goal. Doesn't quite get the distance. And the Devils captain Shane Page happy to concede a rush behind. Scores a level. Once again here at Alberton Park. Angwood lopes away onto the left boot to get the Devils out of trouble momentarily. Goes into the young direction. Then goes the effective spoil. The Devils could be out here if they can keep their feet through Inglis. He goes to grab it, and he's just to get a hand pass away. As soon as the Darley player gathered, he was tackled and thrown to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And he'll pull it up on half forward. Out of sight of the ground for the Swans.
Pressing here, Ballarat.
Scores a level here at Alberton Oval. You'd think that the end that Ballarat are kicking to, the ball's got some more carry to that end by foot. Opportunity here at the top of the defensive 50. Cadman leading into the race. Outnumbered through Martin. Left foot kick to the top of the square. Out for a goal. You'd think this would be a piece of cake for a man of this calibre. Ballarat will look to go a goal clear midway through this final term here at Alberton Oval.
Yeah!
Hooper, shot on goal.
Yes!
He's kicked 6. 7-8-50, Ballarat lead Charlie 6-8-44.
Stuff with it.
You kick 6 and 7.
Defenders under pressure when they've got a bloke like quickly inside the forward line. They panic there and relevance to the free kick being awarded.
Let's go around the grounds, Carl, real quick.
Yeah, Redan up by 2 goals against Newcastle Point Sunbury, 13-point lead over Melton, and Numbers South 26 points up over Lake
On a 4 here on a Saturday afternoon. You can make that 5 if you include Collingwood as Leonard clears from half back. Another set of clearance to the Swans. The ball goes out to the Neski direction. He'd be happy to break even here and get it over the line for a boundary throw-in. And the umpire blows.
Yeah!
Come on, boys.
Oh, over to Ford, in fact.
Feeling.
Out of the helmet forward with ball in hand. Looks to go backwards to Martin. But he's been checked there by Z Stratton. Ball gets beyond half forward. Lennon at the back goes the fly. The spoil fell into the hands of Collie, who threw it onto the left boot. Fortuitously found Baker, who marked uncontested. Weighs up the option. This kick would want to be good. Carrick thought it was for Cadman. Cadman thought it was for Carrick. Carrick hit it up with a footy. Goes back to the outer side of the ground. Setting himself. There was Harry, couldn't take the mark. But Baker goes bursting through the pack on the non-preferred. Got it to Hanson on the bounce. Hand pass over towards half forward. He's just out in front of Page. It sits well for him. Right foot kick. Out wide in front of him. Edwards will it bounce okay. The umpire will say out of bounds. 60 metres around for the Darley goal. Ballarat 50 lead, Darley 44. That's where the Devils are going to get their next goal from. That's the big question.
Who cares?
There's the throw-in. In front, Spentieri giving that one. Big grey man on the foot, he couldn't gather. As a party sends the ball forward. Edwards in front, he's got the mark. Yeah, a bit of class front position. Good opportunity as a party got the clearance off that boundary throw-in. And the rewards for playing in front there, Fridge. No more than some 5 in there, and Edwards will go back and have another shot on goal.
Experience, just a bit of class.
This is definitely.
Chewy on the move. The noise at the Ballarat faithful set sail for the judge. He's put it through. Scores a level once again at Alberton Oval. Stick with us here on Apple 98.5 FM as Edwards has got 4 at one end for the Devils. Hooper's got 6 at the other. Can you believe it? It's game on here. Scores a level.
Yeah, no.
Got the slip
just that experience by both players. Hooper up one end and Edwards up the other end has kept both sides in the game. Obviously, the scores a level.
14 minutes gone, final term here at Alberton Oval. A few stats in this final quarter from you, Carl.
Yeah, inside 50s have been pretty even. 6-2-5 in favour of Ballarat. Setting clearances have also been 2 apiece.
Back in the middle of the ground. 14 and a half minutes gone, final term. Spiteri and Powling in the ruck. Give that tap to Powling. Baker was strong through the middle. Hurried kick there was smothered. Garner wanting the free kick. The umpire said no. And then blew his whistle as Graham picked the footy up and ran away from the congestion. He said, bring it back here, son. Really missing the polish of Brian Graham today, the Devils. There's the ball up. Tap one by Spiteri. Ball at ground level. Opportunity here for Dawson, who's tackled by the big fella at Ping. Holding the ball. And Spiteri. In a rarity this afternoon, we might see him use his foot. No, he won't. He plays on. Hand pass to Leonard, running through the middle of the ground. Right foot kick out the young direction. Comes out, takes a nice mark on the chest. About 52 metres out from goal. Too far out to score, you'd think, but the former Tasmanian, now primary school teacher in Exford, will go back and have a shot on goal. You'll need to get plenty of it. He'll kick from 50 and see how he goes. Yeah, goes away from us, goes across the face of goal, got plenty of it. There's a mark on the last line of defence. So Darley deny themselves a handy point. It looks like it's Martin on the last line. Clearly BOG today. Left foot kick comes to the commentary side. Looking near to Gray, had to be strong. So too was Page. The Devils captain happy to thump it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 65 metres around from the Darley goal. If you've just joined us on Apple 98.5 FM, scores a level, 7 goals, 8.50 apiece. And we've been playing near 17 minutes in this final term. Boundary throwing, Spiteri and Powling. No one forward from that. Poor throw-in. Ankrum might have caught one high. The umpire agreed. And Ankrum on half forward. Not much dispute there from the Ballarat faithful. They can see that one as you can hear a pin drop down there. 50 apiece here. Ankrum goes short and wide and effective to Page. Page from 55. He's in no hurry. Going to weigh up the options. If Edwards could have a 10 possession game and beat BOG for the Devils if they can get over the line here. There's the kick into attack. Young the fly couldn't take the mark. Hanson was up with him. Pressure. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Ballarat.
No, 17 minutes.
Going to go to Prendergast. And he's going to go short to Martin. Been excellent by foot all day. This will be kick number 35, I'd reckon. Probably average 9 a quarter. This one, the half back. Excellent vision. Look at that. Laying on with the left boot there was Fraser, who found Gray. Defensive side of centre wing the football. For the Swans. Ordinary kick, you could hear it. We couldn't replay that on radio. Such was the content of the vocabulary. Ball on ground. There's going to be a stoppage right in the middle of the ground. The umpire will come in and blow the whistle. 7-8-50 apiece here at Alberton Oval. We've been playing 17.5 minutes in this final turn. Stick with us. It's going to be an interesting final 10 minutes. Chance here for the Devils at ground level through Graham. He's just knocked off the footy. That was Hitchings, in fact, and the umpire's going to blow the whistle. Graham looking a little worse aware on the commentary side centre wing. Been a little proppy on him.
There's no way he'd be as nice.
Yeah, no proppy, but in and around the contest, the Spiteri protects himself. Now Graham out of the congestion. On the right foot, kick inside 50. Can't be Edwards again. Tannen, he's got it. Edwards takes the mark.
He's too good.
Wow. It was a good time to read about the man Jake Edwards in the footy record. He's timed his little bit of notoriety to perfection. As Edwards will go back and have a shot. 45-degree angle, 45 metres out from goal.
It's had 2 good weeks since the interview.
Shot on goal. Edwards to put the Devils in front. Kicks on its way. He likes it off the boot. He's put it through. Cream rises to the top, as you see, Fringe. And the Devils are back in front of Alberton Oval. There's 6 points in it. 8-8-56, Darley. Lead Ballarat 7-8-50.
9 times out of 10, if he gets it within 50, he's just such a prodigious and accurate kick. You can back him to kick it.
How many's he kicked now, come on?
He's up to 5 now. Darley had the last 3 inside 50. He's dominated the last 1.
There's been 15 goals kicked for the afternoon, and between Edwards and Hooper, they've got 11 of them. There's the ball up in the middle of the ground. Call that even. Spiteri competing hard in this final turn. Nullifying Powling's influence has been very good today for the Swans. No surprise to most, the Devils are struggling for ruck stocks this season. But Spiteri continues to compete. He won that tap only as far as Dawson. They've got an over comfortable in the field. But they overran it. Nick Graham needs to be good. He's tackled, thrown to the ground. He's fighting hard for it. The umpire's going to press the umpire as he leaned over, let the ball that you knew. He was going to separate the hands and give the holding the ball. So with ball in hand, it's the Swans. McPherson on half forward, lays up the option. Goes out wide to the O'Farrell direction. With a little cannon with his presentation in the end. It was across the body from the defensive. Wasn't it to be caught on one side, Powling on the other. With the former from Bales in Ford. And Ford with ball in hand can send Ballarat into attack. Right foot kick. Devils have the numbers. They're going to raffle it. And Page will take the mark. Swings onto the left boot. Nervous high kick to Collie. Collie had enough separation on Liston to take the mark. He elects to go short. This kick has to be good. Finds Baker, who marks in front of Dawson. Wheels around onto the left boot. Gets the Devils out of trouble momentarily. Out the Aqua direction. Young the flyer. The umpire's going to pick up a free kick. It's going to go against Young. And it's going to go to that play there in Fisher. He squares up the footy. Gets the ball inside the attacking 50, looking for Dawson. He couldn't take the mark. Ball went through all hands. Opportunity here for the brave and crazy as they all dive in. Bit of a stats on the mill, desperate times here in this final turn. As we approach the 20-minute mark of this fourth quarter. 7-8-50 Ballarat. They trail Darley 8-8-56. Excellent tight games all around the competition this afternoon. Who'd have thought Melbourne and South are on their way to their first victory? Go, Will! But there's plenty to go on here. In the back! Get off him! Suggestion will go to Garner. He's got ball in here. 52 metres out from goal. Darley 56.
Up in the goal square, Will.
Bloody goal square.
Been going 20 minutes. He's in the direction of O'Farrell.
Hold down!
Kick over the shoulder. He'll go against Cullen. They'll go to the captain there in O'Farrell.
Might be able to make amends for that lacklustre effort that he had.
He was a bit harder at it then, and was rewarded with a free kick. So Very important kick here for the captain, 45-degree angle.
You're not having an understatement. Captain's goal this one.
Indeed, 56 Darley lead, Ballarat 50. Ballarat with a shot on goal. They've been playing 22 minutes in this final quarter here. O'Farrell runs around, shot on goal, bends his back, not quite enough. Just held up in the end, stayed out to the right.
Goal.
I'm pretty sure they would have preferred a goal, but it is in there attacking 50 nonetheless.
Very important.
Let's see how they bring the ball back into play here, Darcy. Hangwood, Gawley long by foot. Does do that. Gets it towards half-back. Penetrating kick and the hit tips. Take the mark. Ready to roll with Baldwin. Ball gets in towards the attack. Come on. In front, just inside the boundary line. He's 40 metres out from goal. They trail by 5 points, the Swans. Darley 56, Ballarat 51. Well spoken about that this was going to be a danger game for the Devils heading in. Let's see how Nichols will go from the boundary line. Robson kicked one there for the Devils in the opening turn. The left foot kicks on its way. Going to reach the teeth to goal. Oh! They go, misses to the inside, one behind. 4 points the margin. Ballarat 7-10-52. Darley 8-8-56. Ball brought back into play. It's an effective kick in board there from Leonard. Cullen takes the mark. Let's see what he can do. Has he got the carry to Page? He has. Page still inside the defensive 50 for the Devils. Goes along the line. Big for Cadbury. He's got to be strong here against Briett. Sets himself. Great mark from the youngster. It's been pretty important today, Cadbury. He tries to push off that play. He's got Page who keeps. His fitness is fantastic, Page. He just keeps pushing. Along the line goes Cameron, looking there towards Hanson. Off hands over the line, boundary throwing. Just on the attacking side of centre wing for the Devils. They're hanging in. They're 8-8-56. They lead Ballarat 7-10-52. No one's gone anywhere here at Alderton Oval. They're not tuning into Apple 98.5 FM. They're here at the ground, standing around the fence. There's the throwing, penalty one the tap. Cadman was in front. Sharked it, swung the ball onto the boot. Was hopeful more than anything else. He kicked it straight to Martin. Ball there by Collier. Could have gone the grab. His second ever. This will be interesting. Both players sort of prop over the footy. Ball goes to ground. You'd think there'll be a whistle on play. There will be. And there'll be a ball up. Oh, Collier, I think he just tried to knock it to his advantage of the Darley forward. Didn't know that he could have marked it, but nonetheless, there's the pump out of the congestion. Chance here for Herring. As soon as he grabbed it, he was tackled and thrown to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up, 40 metres out from the Darley goal. The Devils lead by 4 points. There's the ball up. Hanson wins the tap. Ground level. Was good there from Martin. Left-hand hand pass. Got it over towards Dawson. Left foot kick comes to the commentary side of the ground. Doesn't have the numbers through Page. Concedes the ground with a hand pass to England. This kick needs to be good. Oh, Baker took an exceptional mark. Wheeled around onto the left. Probably didn't need to go so quick. But he found Casey Young as it shecked off the outside of the boot. Young's in trouble. Managed to get around that tackler in the end. Sent the ball inside 50. Edwards at the back. Got it.
Threw him around. Oh.
Edwards has the ball in his hands. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. A pot shot at his 6th of the afternoon to match Hooper at the other end. But more importantly, has an opportunity to extend the lead beyond a goal. Darley lead by 4 points, and there couldn't be long left in this final term. Approaching 26 minutes as Edwards takes all bit of his 30 seconds if we were to go by an AFL standard. Set sail for the judge. He likes it. Hasn't quite got the distance. And it's through for a minor score. Well, it was off there celebrating with the gods there was Edwards, but there's been a chat here amongst the umpires, a point. So it's 5 points. Martin with ball in there, goes straight there in the middle. Darley want to be good here. Leonard saving the day with a mark. Switches playing across the ground and Collie's going to be good. Here he was. Marked it on the chest. Holds up play. Devils lead by 5 points. Oh. There goes the siren. Darley have hung on in the end. Much to the efforts of Jake Edwards up forward with 5 goals. And the Devils have got out of jail. 8-9-57. Have defeated Ballarat 7-10-52. And one of the worst games of footy in the first half turned into one of the better games in the second, Fridge.
Yeah, no, the last one was a lot more
Yeah,
than
no,
the
I
first three
two
quarters.
goal turnaround there.
Both sides had a real hot crack at it in the last quarter, and it was entertaining football, that last 30 minutes of footy.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with Callum Thompson, who will go through all the stats and all the scores from around the ground.
I forgot to text in Mitch Martin, B.O.G.
What's his name?
But I'll have to take Shane to golf. There we go, quality time.
And then VFL Game Day broadcast. Full time here at Hamilton Oval, and the Devils got home just against Ballarat 8-9, 57. Ballarat's 7-10.